All right, today we're jumping into one of the most powerful, most fundamental relationships in our lives, the sibling bond. It's that connection that really shapes who we are, a thread that runs through our whole story. But how does that thread hold up in a world that is constantly changing, constantly pulling us apart? Well, there's a really powerful idea that helps us start to unpack that very question.
And this idea right here, it just nails it. It really gets to the heart of what we're talking about today. It's asking us to look past the idea that you're siblings just by an accident of birth. It's suggesting that the bonds that really last are the ones that grow into something more. A chosen friendship, a person who becomes your trusted guide through life. So let's see how that actually plays out in the real world.
Okay, so you might think this is all a private family thing, right? Something that happens behind closed doors. Well, not even close. In a lot of cultures, the sibling bond isn't just a personal matter. It's actually a public cornerstone of the entire society.
So, think about it like this. In a place like Nepal, your relationship with your brother or sister, it's not just your business. It's kind of like a public statement. It tells everyone what kind of person you are, where you fit in the community. This idea of social duty means the bond gets reinforced not just by your family, but by what everyone around you expects. It's a big deal.
So how do you make all this social and emotional weight real? Tangible. Well, it gets captured in a really beautiful cultural tradition. Let's take a look at how just a single piece of thread can represent a lifelong promise.
Now, at first glance, this is just a beautiful, simple ceremony. The name itself, Raksha Bandhan, means the bond of protection, so that tells you a lot. But the real magic is in the exchange, how this one thread becomes a way to renew a lifelong promise, year after year.
And right here, this is the core of it all. It's a simple but incredibly powerful trade. It takes a feeling from inside and puts it out there for the world to see. It's not just a gesture, it's a public declaration. The sister offers her love and prayers, and the brother in turn formally accepts his role as her protector, her ally for life. It's a vow you can actually see.
And this is what makes it so much more than just a tradition. That thread isn't just for show. It's the physical symbol of a silent agreement. It's a promise that doesn't need to be shouted every single day because it's just understood. It's woven right into the relationship. I've got your back, no matter what.
But what happens when life gets in the way? When the modern world, with all its demands for school, for jobs, for new opportunities, starts to physically pull siblings apart?
And you can see the shift right here. It's pretty dramatic. Bonds that used to be strengthened every single day through working together, eating together, just being together, now have to survive across entire cities or even countries. And that huge geographic distance, it creates a whole new playbook of challenges for staying close.
And just look at this. The tools we use to connect have completely flipped. We've traded the slow, thoughtful pace of a handwritten letter for the instant gratification of a text. We've swapped those long-awaited, can't-wait-to-see-you reunions for a quick video call. The connection is more constant, it's more immediate than ever before. But that begs a huge question. Is it as deep?
And this is the big paradox, right? The one so many of us feel. Technology makes it so easy, so effortless to stay in touch. But does all that ease come with a price? Does hitting like on a photo give you that same feeling of real connection as a 2-hour phone call used to? Is it possible that while we were busy closing the physical gap, we accidentally created an emotional one?
So, okay, with all of this, distance, technology, is the bond just breaking? Well, not necessarily. The argument is that these new challenges don't automatically destroy the bond. They just change what it has to rely on. The connection is forced to lean on something deeper, something you can't see, an unseen foundation.
I mean, this is the real test, isn't it? It's not about how often you see each other. It's about who shows up, without even being asked, when life gets tough. That spontaneous support, right when you're in a crisis, that's what shows you the real strength of the bond.
So what you're looking at here, it's basically the blueprint for a bond that lasts. These are the 4 pillars holding everything together when time and distance try to pull it apart. It's about building trust, showing up when it counts, being brave enough to have honest conversations, and, this one might be the hardest, actually practicing forgiveness.
And here's where we get a little dose of reality. Just being related, that's not a magic shield. Real life gets in the way. Things like arguments over property, or just simple misunderstandings that spiral out of control, they can crack even the closest of bonds. It's a huge reminder that these relationships take work, real, conscious effort to keep them strong.
Okay, so if it's not just about being nearby, or tradition, or even blood, then what is it? What gives this relationship its unique, lasting power? What's the unbreakable part of this thread we're talking about?
Well, the answer is right here. It's in our shared history. It's baked into those simple moments from childhood that nobody else on Earth shares with you. The inside jokes, the secret forts, the time you got in trouble together. That's a foundation that you just can't build with anyone else. It's impossible to erase.
And that shared past, it becomes this incredible emotional anchor, a safe place. And there's a perfect phrase for it, a sweet shelter. It's that safe harbor in your mind you can always go back to when being a grown-up gets to be too much. It's a source of comfort, of peace, of belonging that no other relationship can really give you.
And so, I want to leave you with this question to think about. In a world that's so full of distance and distraction, what are the invisible threads for you? The shared memories, the silent promises, the moments of support that show up out of nowhere. What are the things that are really holding your most important bonds together?